Hello, this is just a quick follow-up video to the $25,000 COD4 Remastered tournament. So if you haven't seen the first part to this and would like to, then you can click here. But in short, just to recap generally, it was a sponsored event by HP Omen, which was being hosted by the company Gfinity. This had a prize pool of $25,000, and the problem with this event was that it had 4 invited teams, and these were supposedly some of the best historic players from the original Call of Duty 4. Most of which were apparently going to be console players, and they would then play on the PC. So the whole thing didn't really make any sense. The event was scheduled to be played on the 3rd of December, which was 2 days ago from this video, and it would be played at the Gfinity Arena in London. So what most of you are probably wondering is what happened, who were the teams, and these kind of questions. Well, as far as I can tell, and I guess somewhat unfortunate to me as it makes this video have a lot less to talk about, is that the event simply didn't happen or didn't take place. The reason I assume this is the case is because the event page and everything regarding it has been removed. So basically, after I made my original video, there was of course somewhat a hostile response from the PC community, with whom most shared my opinion about the event. After posting the video a couple of hours later, I got a tweet from a fellow named Michael, who appears to be the head of Gfinity's esports division, and he said that he had watched the video and that we shouldn't judge everything from the Deserto article. Which I replied that if they were in fact inviting PC teams, then I would be happy, and I guess we will see in the future news posts. I also said because there was such little information to go on, it was the reason I said in the original video that I wasn't entirely sure on the format, and that some of it probably was speculation. But the reason for this is because I don't know any PC players that were actually invited, so the outcome of the console thing seemed quite likely. A day later, Gfinity, I guess, somewhat officially responded to all the criticism that I had created. So a couple of news sites made posts, and they said that the players will not be required to use a controller, but at least one of the teams that had been invited was a console team. But it won't be forcing people to use gamepads. Another news site here states that they were told that the event is a Christmas promotion event, and they might have one console team in the tournament to add a nice angle to it. Not sure about that being a nice angle, but it's certainly not a PC event forcing people to use gamepads. And this came from Gfinity's eSport director, which I assume is the same Michael from before. So essentially it's the same kind of response between both websites. But if this one was taken word for word, then I'm not really sure about this response, because it doesn't really make any sense. It's not a PC event forcing people to use pads, but that's not really the issue with the event. Whether they play on pads or a mouse and keyboard is somewhat irrelevant. That's not the point I was making. The point was that it was a PC event for $25,000 prize money, which I believe they were inviting 4 console teams to. Which, by the way, if it's a Christmas promotional event, then why is there a huge prize pot for the winning team? Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just old-fashioned or something, but if it's a promotional event, then why do you need a huge prize pot, or even have a prize pot at all? Or if you do, then give it to charity or something. I mean, the whole point of a promotional event, you have to pay the players to attend, surely, anyway, to promote the product, which I assume you would do, I assume they would do. And then maybe do giveaways of the product or something like that. Not make an event that's like relating to esports, hosted by a company that's, an esport company. Call the players historic, like they're the best teams from the old game, and then make them play as if it was like a LAN final with the best teams who earn their place for $25,000 when it's not that. So then a few days later, the actual page, which had all the information on that I showed in the original video, not the news post announcement on their site, but the actual event page where it has like the 4 teams and they had like the question marks. I was checking this event like rather frequently, as I of course wanted to see the teams and the players when they were announced so I could talk about it. But this page was then deleted a couple of days later. So I'm like, okay, well, it's too early to think anything now, as it could be any number of reasons. So I'll wait until the event has supposedly happened before I make a video. Then sometime last week, the actual news post for the event was then deleted from the Gfinity website as well. So at this point, I assume the event is of course not happening anymore. But again, I want to make sure by waiting until after the planned event time has passed, which it now has, and I still can't find any information on the event anywhere. So yes, I believe that the event just didn't happen. It was just deleted. The reason for this, I'm not sure. I don't know if HP Omen saw the backlash from the PC community and they, rethought about their marketing and cancelled the event. Maybe they couldn't get the desired players that they wanted. Who knows? But I can at least say if we had somewhat a part in stopping this event from happening and having console players playing on, or whoever was playing on the for the PC event for the 25,000 and pointing out its flaws, then I guess we have at least saved ourselves some kind of dignity. So with that, it is the end of the video. Goodbye.